Good morning. I feel like a dang freaking hot mess. So, I've been up since 5:30 this morning because my cats decided to go crazy and woke up my 9-month-old baby. And I've been attempting to get dressed and do my hair and makeup for the last 5 hours. Namely, because my eldest son had an IEP meeting this morning. And sometime in the morning, my son's teacher texted and was like, "Oh, I got your message yesterday. Go ahead and reschedule your IEP." No big deal. Okay, number one, when a parent calls and says, "Hey, please call me back because of X, Y, and Z," call the person back. Like, it's that simple. Just instead, randomly get a call, or not a call, but a text message the morning after. Oh, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. And I'm trying to breathe because I'm over anxious. And I know right now, because I'm over anxious, I'm extra touchy. And because I'm extra touchy, I want to just. So now that my baby seems to be happy because he took a 30-minute nap, I'm gonna go into my happy place and do my makeup. Y'all are coming with me. So, I've already put foundation on my eyelids. I will be doing my eyes first, at least most of my eyes first. The foundation that I use is Stay Matte by Rimmel in the shade True Ivory. Now, the palette I am using actually is a brand new palette that my sister got me. I don't know if it's new to the market. It's just brand new to me. I absolutely love it. The color, or it's from Profusion, and there's pressed shadows and cream shadows, and I mean it's just, oh, I love the colors. So yeah. Now what I like to do, and the way I tend to get the best color payoff, is by doing a matte color first. So, yeah, this shade is called Fetch. It's a really pretty peach orange shade. I'm gonna do that just to the other eye as well. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm really not even a professional anything. I just love makeup and I love to play with my makeup. So now that I have that laid on the eyelid and the crease of my eye, I'm going to blend the color Brick, which is a more rusty orange, right there into the crease. And I'm not quite going all the way in. This is going to do two things. It's going to help my eye appear less hooded, and it's going to open up my eyes. I do have quite large eyes, I guess you could say, kind of like a doe, but yeah, this is just how I like to do my makeup. There is no wrong way. If you think it looks good, then do it. Like, really, no one else should care. So now that I'm done with that, I'm taking this brush and I will be doing my inner corner with, I believe it's the shade Crazy. And this one is a cream eyeshadow. Again, it's in the orange family. The top part of this color is gonna go right to where I stopped blending the Brick shade. Really, my only goal with this is to kind of give the illusion that my eye is on fire. This is definitely one of those looks you have to trust the process all the way through. Pretty much you just have to see it through. I am really so tired. Okay, so now this is called Fire Opal, and it's gonna go right here. I'm also really trying to stay in a positive mood today because my husband and I got some really good news, and I don't want to jinx it, nor do I want my negative energy to affect our receiving the blessing. And so I'm just doing my best to stay positive. And today I essentially had to break up with a friend of over 4 years, which really makes me... No. Jesse David, come on now. No. Bounce, bounce, bounce. I did a very similar look. Hey, bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey. Oh. Boo. Okay, so I'm taking a very beautiful color. It's I'm gonna use the word beautiful a lot. Like, it's just... But it is a cream, kind of orange. The shade is called Divine. And going right here in the inner corner with it. Seriously though, look at that color. Like, oh. Also, something, this palette is not only probably the most expensive palette I've ever owned, but it is also the most just rich palette. Because I don't want to say it's the most gorgeous, but the colors, there's just something about the colors. Okay, so now on this part, this color is Orbit, and it's like the perfect red to go on top of the matte orange brick color. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over those colors one more time. This time I'm gonna use my finger. And you know, if you have a hard time getting the color payoff of a cream eyeshadow, it could be that you need to use your finger. Not just for the blending, but for for the color. Okay, so now I'm gonna take Divine. It's not necessary to go in the same order, but I find it easier for me if I do the same order to remember what color I have done. And again, this is just how I personally do my makeup. But, I have people asking me all the time, how do you achieve that look? Like, oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just like, it is pretty much all shimmer. And they're like, oh my goodness, I could never. Or Like, if you think it looks beautiful, put it on your face. That's what I do. Okay. So now there is a gold. I'm gonna do 2 colors going this way. Yes, I'm going all the way up into my eyebrow. Or not into my eyebrow, but just under my eyebrow. This goldish color is called Fiction. And then I will be doing a gray green called Text Me. And this is gonna blend with Divine. And I'm not too worried about keeping the carriage of my nose clean. Any mess ups or odd spots are going to get cleaned up when I do my foundation and highlighting. I really, like I said, I just play with my makeup to go into my happy place. And I love so if any of the tips or tricks I do can help someone else, I mean, awesome. I would say the hardest part of using your finger to blend out a color is making sure you have the same amount of pressure for each opposite spot. I mean, inevitably, there's always going to be one area that's better than the other. Unless you happen to be a natural born ambidextrous. I promise I'm not trying to flip anyone off. Hello. But there are ways of working around stuff like that. So now this is where I normally pause on the eyeshadow. I brush off anything that might have been fallout situation. And I'm going to carve out my eyebrow. And I am also going to be using an eyeshadow to do this. I have extremely blonde eyebrows, so I like to match my hair. So I do a mixture of yellow and red to get the correct color. Again, this is how I like to do it. It's see, I mean, just, oh, and that gives my eye so much shape, like, but also too, doing it this way helps me to shape both eyebrows the same. I have a lot of scars going back and forth. I'm sure you can see. And so this not only helps me to cover some of the scarage, but it makes it easier for me to fake having full eyebrows, if that makes sense. There's been a few times I've actually just completely thought of getting rid of what's left of my eyebrows, but I am very hesitant to do so because I don't do my makeup every day. I don't even have time to do my makeup every day. If it wasn't for the fact that I had thought that I was going to be going to my son's school, I wouldn't have even gotten my makeup out today. So, I mean, it's one of those things, I guess. Okay, so now, since I did the green up here, I'm going to line under my eye with variations of blue and green shimmers. This is gonna do two things. It's going to open up the eye space down here, and it is also going to draw out the green in my eyes. If you can see, right now my eyes are just looking a pale yellow, and I want them to be as vibrantly green as possible. So the cream shades I'm going to be using will be Cosmo and Idol. I'm going to start off with Cosmo. Something going on outside. Again, this part doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. I will be going back over it after I do my foundation. This is just giving us a rough draft. And I'm right underneath the lash line. You see, just that little bit of green is already drawn out the color in my eye. This one I think I'm actually doing. Ooh, I like that. Okay. So again, I'm just gonna swipe and do that. Everything. Really, that doesn't do anything much. It just makes me feel better. I don't know. I like the feeling. So, okay. So that's something else. Normally, I do not put foundation on my forehead. Since my bangs are in a swoop, I'm going to do so today. And I'm just placing them in little dots. This is going to warm up to my skin, make it easier to blend out. And doing it this way, I do not use too much product. And it really, like I said earlier, a little bit goes a long way. And I promise I am not being very rough. This is just easy peasy. And I guess I could technically use one of my brushes to blend in. This is how I like to blend. It's always worked for me better this way. I do go in with a brush after I have applied it to my entire face and have it just perfect. And I am gonna also say, my skin tone does not change with the seasons. Like, some people have a winter tone, some people have a summer tone, and mine is just ivory. Like, oh, my baby's crawling to me. Seriously. Ah. Sorry about that. My baby wanted to come and say hi. My whole setup just went tumbling. And y'all are upside down. Okay. You're not playing with mommy's makeup. Nope. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay. Again, what we just did over here, we're gonna do over there. I'm just barely doing, like I said, really the smallest amounts of dabs, like in the dab. Doot, doot. And this just really, it melts into your skin. I mean, it's not the best out there by any means, but it is a very decent foundation. Done right, it can be buildable. Most of the time, I find that it dries down too quickly to build. But that being said, it is a pretty full full coverage foundation. I also have really decent skin. Like, my biggest problem usually is hyperpigmentation in the eyes. I don't get much acne or anything like that, so, and I can only speak to my experience with it. So, you know, if you don't have very much money to spend on foundation, try it out. You might like it. As I said earlier, this is like the closest match to my actual skin tone. I have extremely fair skin. Are we blended? I think so. Can you tell I'm tired? It's been way too long of a day. Yesterday we got woken up early again, or 2, I don't know. I do know I get extra cranky and extra touchy. Okay, so now I'm happy with the way my eyeshadow looks. Happy with the way the foundation looks. So this is my fluffy brush. I let my son have the other one. And there's nothing on it. I'm just gonna go all over my face. And this is gonna help any area that didn't quite get blended in. Blend in. We all make weird faces when we're blending. Don't pretend you don't. Okay, so now, as I've said, I have a very light complexion, so I'm going to use a very, very, very light pale brown called Light Sculpt. Give myself some cheekbones. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just sculpting my jawline. It's not necessary. But I like to do it. Gives the illusion of having a smaller face, sorta. I think, anyway. So now I am going to go to this brush. I'm going to put blush on the apples of my cheek. This is kind of the best placement. And I'm going to go with the shade Bliss. I have to be careful with this blush because I did not realize how extremely pigmented it was the other day ago, and I straight up, whew. I mean, like I said, the colors in this palette, on this palette, oh, in my opinion, they're the best. But I prefer a more natural blush slash blend moment. I don't really like real out there blushes. So now I'm just kind of highlighting. This is a light pink shimmer. Sorry, kind of got up close and personal. There. I think we're good with that. Eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. And we're done. Actually, I'm gonna use my mirror for this. Something I'm also going to say as a disclosure is I am the only person to touch my makeup. Absolutely nobody else has had any of the products. It's a good thing I'm almost done. My hands are starting to shake. This really I'm just doing at the very bottom of my eye. There we go. I just want to say thank you guys for coming to my happy place. You guys have a blessed day. Spread light, love, and joy, and live free.